Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the APFC lightweight division, sponsored by Combat Corner. And now, introducing first fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. He stepped on the scale and officially weighed in at 155.2 pounds. And he comes in tonight with a record of 9 wins with 3 losses from Armenia, Zeytun, Spartak Mikayelyan. And across the cage, his opponent fighting out of the red corner, an anaconda grappler. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, and he officially weighed in at 154.2 pounds. And he comes in tonight with a record of 6 victories with 2 losses, and he is fighting out of Monroeville, Indiana, David, the Daredevil Carroll. And your referee in charge is Aaron Oliveras.
Aaron Oliveras, third man inside for this lightweight bout. 2 of the most experienced amateurs we have, David Carroll and Spartak Mikayelyan. Mikayelyan in the black and white trunks. David, DC Beyond, the Daredevil Carroll in the all black. Round 1 underway.
Mikayelyan has a bit of a reach disadvantage to work through. Let's see how he plans to get in there and just work around those strikes of Carroll, as we see Carroll coming out, launching the jab, throwing the leg kicks. Wants to keep Spartak at bay.
Constant movement from DC Beyond. There's a connection from Mikayelyan.
Nice short combination there by Spartak. Beautiful slip, uppercut 3-2. Stalking David Carroll, looking to maybe get him against the cage here, close the distance, and go to work in the grappling department.
And David, you can just see vastly different approaches in terms of where they're holding their body, right? Mikayelyan quite tight. Carroll loose on the outside, frequently moving. Right hand for Mikayelyan, though.
And looking at that right hand from Mikayelyan, Carroll needs to move. He needs to stay at the angles. However, Mikayelyan able to get in on the double leg here. Let's see how he looks to advance, maybe scoop the outside leg here. Dumps Carroll down on his butt.
DC Beyond, in his most recent outing, won the interim lightweight title at Art of Scrap in September 2024. Aforementioned APFC debut didn't go his way that night, but he fought the best that this promotion can offer in fellow APFC vet and brother of UFC's Nick Aguirre, Victor Aguirre, the Constrictor.
Right now, Mikayelyan just doing a great job burying his forehead into the chin here of Carroll, just kind of pinning him against the cage. Carroll did speak to his jiu-jitsu prowess and how he expected to use that to kind of gain an advantage here. Now with Mikayelyan in his guard, let's see if he looks to maybe set up some traps here and try to isolate an arm here at Spartak.
Nice left from Mikayelyan as he's trying to bring that right leg down of Carroll to advance his position, not going. Had his first MMA fight at 12, David Evans. I mean, he was a youngster getting in there and scrapping in Armenia.
I mean, it definitely shows here as he's being composed and just being smart about his approach so far in this ground and pound. As we see 2 big right hands, he's not getting himself off balance or out of position. He's doing a great job keeping his head over the top of Carroll, which is going to keep Carroll down on the bottom here. I think the most frustrating thing here is sometimes when you get those long, rangy grapplers on the bottom, they're strong there, and you have to work through the reach even as they're on their back, and this is going to be a bit harder. However, Mikayelyan doing a great job, now has the back position for Carroll.
30 seconds to go. DC Beyond, the Daredevil. Carroll trying to survive, builds his way back to the feet, but Mikayelyan is all over him like a blanket on the beach, David.
For sure, great back position here by Mikayelyan. Carroll, I mean, that's impressive. He was able to kind of work out. He got taken down, able to work up on his feet, possibly in the round on his feet. I think that speaks to his intelligence and his prowess in the grappling department.
Little gamesmanship from Mikayelyan, eating that high kick and smiling back at DC Beyond David Carroll. But not the first round that you want if you're David Carroll. That was a lot of time trying to defend, giving up control. pretty tough first couple minutes for David Carroll.
Carroll definitely spent the majority of that round on the defensive, on his back foot. As we saw, Spartak was just slowly, patiently inching forward. When he got the opportunity to counters, he did. When he got the opportunities to be offensive, he did. As we see that 1-2 steps into his double leg position here, as we see he wants to get into the wrestling department. He's comfortable in the wrestling department, and that kind of cancels out the range there of Carroll. Carroll, however, you know, he's talented in and of himself. He's able to work back up, able to end on his feet. I think that speaks to, you know, his mindset and where he's at in this fight. He's not giving an inch here.
David Carroll finding his way into round 2, but he will need a monstrous effort to swing the momentum back into his balance. Mikayelyan looking to pick up right where he left off. Round 2 underway.
Mikayelyan right in on the double leg, dumps Carroll down, has him against the cage here.
Odd strategy from Carroll to walk pretty much right into that takedown attempt from Mikayelyan.
Odd for sure. Maybe he felt something that we didn't see. Maybe he feels like he has an advantage here off of his back and he can set a trap, but right now it's looking like Spartak's in a good position. Both hooks in, taking the back of Carroll. A look for him to maybe tack the neck here.
Oh, Spartak Mikayelyan now rear naked choke position. DC Beyond fighting it, but there is so much time on the clock, David.
2 minutes, 13 seconds to work here. Mikayelyan on the back here with the figure 4 position, which is just so uncomfortable there across the abdomen of Carroll. Just slowly going to soak the breath out of Carroll as he attacks the neck. I mean, this is not a great position if you're David Carroll.
Carroll looks like he might be forced to tap, and he does! Spartak Mikayelyan finds his 7th submission as an amateur mixed martial artist. What a sweeping shutout performance, David.
For sure. I mean, he was calm, cool, collected the whole way through, calculated and measured. I love everything that I saw from Spartak Mikayelyan. You know, he stuck to his wrestling, stayed out of danger in the distance on the feet. I mean, this guy, he has a high ceiling.
Started training at 5 years old, now north of 20. Looks like he is primed for some serious runway in the martial arts world. The Armenian tearing through his opponent here in his APFC debut. Here's that finishing sequence, jockeying and pummeling to sink in that rear naked choke. DC Beyond, the daredevil, David Carroll, had nowhere to go. Funnily enough, training at Team Elevation, spends a lot of time with Justin Gaethje. Went up to him last week and said, hey.
Gentlemen, our referee, Aaron Oliveras, ended the fight. The official time, 1 minute and 5 seconds of round number 2. Declaring your winner by submission via rear naked choke, Spartak Mikayelyan.
Spartak Mikayelyan, 10 victories as an amateur mixed martial artist. The Armenian looked so good here in his APFC debut, and now he speaks with David Evans.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Spartak Mikayelyan. Spartak, very impressive victory. You were measured the whole way through. You're still young in your career. Can you speak to your experience this far and how it carried you into this win tonight?
Yes, first of all, I am grateful to all my coaches in Armenia, Pedro Sandojo. They bring me here. I am grateful to my coaches here, Arut, Ryan, my corner, Carrington Banks, wrestling coach, jiu-jitsu coach, Michael Yera, all of them. All the coaches in Colorado. And shout out to my homies in Zaytun watching me now.
Spartak, you had a tall, rangy, unorthodox opponent in David Carroll. What was your preparation like getting ready for David?
Yeah, we worked a lot on countering the kicks, and I showed that. We worked on ground control. He was decent grappler, decent striker, but I showed that I'm on another level, and I'm ready for more challenges. Let's go.
Speaking of more challenges, I mean, this is the first time we saw you in the APFC. What's next? Have you seen anybody in the APFC that maybe you'd like to fight or challenge?
I don't really know many guys fighting in APFC, but I would like either fight for a title, amateur title here, or do my pro debut. And thank you for the opportunity, Anthony Pettis.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Armenia all the way to the APFC, we have your winner, Spartak Mikayelyan.
Spartak Mikayelyan looks like he could truly become a staple of the APFC lightweight division with an unreal, suffocating performance like that. 20 years young, but boy, he already looks like he's got years in the game. What a victory from Spartak.